Hi, everyone. I'm Alice Aguilar, Executive Director of Progressive Technology Project. And in this video, we will be reviewing basic searching in PowerBase. Today, we're going to focus on doing quick searches and advanced search. These are the two types of searches that you will most likely be using often on your daily use of PowerBase. So let's start with quick search. Quick search is a feature that's extremely helpful if you know a particular contact that you want to look for. If you go and at the very left-hand side of the menu, the navigation menu on the left-hand side, if I hover my mouse over that left side there, this is the quick search area. Notice that when I hover my mouse, you can see there's other options you can search for. It defaults to name and email. Otherwise, if you select other, you can change the selection to first name by just clicking on it or just last name. But I'm going to leave it here on the default for name and email. So let's start searching. I want to search for a contact named John Brown, a very possibly common name. Several ways you can enter this information. I could start with just typing John, and it will start looking for names with the text John in it. It may be in the first name, it could be in the last name, but notice a lot of information comes up. Just so you know, in this database, in PowerBase, only up to about 10 will show. So I'm seeing a lot of Johns here. So I'm not getting to the exact person yet. So I'm going to try, the best way to do this is to start with the last name then and put a comma. So let me try Brown. There's still a lot of Browns, and I'm going to put a comma with a space. So that's the last name is Brown, first name is John. Notice I start typing, and there is a Joe. I could either just go ahead and click on John. If I already can see the person, you just click on it. Or you can continue to typing the name until you get the exact. But again, I'm going to back up here. If I get these two, I can just click on John, and now I can see the person's record. Okay, so that's how quick search works. Again, best practice, enter the last name with a comma, space, and first name, unless you have a really unique name to make it easier to search. I'm going to show you one more thing on the quick search. Let's say you cannot find a person. What happens here? Let's say I'm looking for Jamie McClelland. I'm going to start typing McClelland, McClell, and I keep typing. Notice there's no Jamie McClelland in this database. So you'll get this message that says name, email not found. On the other hand, let's say there was a lot of names and you're still not quite sure who the person is. And I'm going to go back and use the Brown name. Let's say if you want to just see all the Browns, or at least if I just do a comma space, all the people with Brown in their last name, I could just hit the enter key, and then it's going to display all the results with the name. Notice it says name like Brown with a percentage symbol. What percentage symbols mean is we don't care what character, how many characters are before the letters Brown, then there's a comma, and then we don't care how many letters after. So it's like a wild card. So in this case, it's looking for all the Browns, right? That exists in the last name. So that's quick search. And we're going to talk about these results that you get because you can do more with these results, but I'm going to hold off on that and show you what to do with the results when we're doing advanced search. So that was quick search. Let's go to advanced search. Now, advanced search is found under the search menu. And notice there's lots of searches. Just to quickly review the menu, lots of different searches here. You can even search, specific contributions, mailings, participants to events, specific activities. Just so you know, there's also an includes exclude. There's a custom search page, which I'm just going to open this up quickly. If I go to search, custom search, you will then see a whole nother page of searches. Okay, that's to be reviewed some other time. But today, let's review advanced search. Search, advanced search. This is the search that you most likely will be using a lot. And in this case, you can see it offers a way to search multiple pieces of information at the same time. So let's review the sections. Under advanced search, you can see you can choose how you want to display your results. Most of the time, you want to display our results as the contacts. You want to see the name of the individual or the organization. If I click on this down this arrow here, it shows the other options that you can display the results as. Notice you can display your results as just show me the contributions, or just show me the participants or the activities. In this case, I'm just going to stick with just reviewing contacts. I want to see the results as contacts. There's another area here called View for Display Contacts. This is how do you want to see the information? Now, there is already a default view, which we will just run that search. But just to note, when we provide PowerBase, we offer other views where you can see just phone numbers. That's a call list. Or maybe you want to see the information with their employer. But we'll keep it with default view. Search settings, just to review, it defaults to and what that means is that it's going to take all the pieces of information, so you sort of and all the pieces of information together. So for example, I want to give me everybody that lives in Kernersville, but in this zip code, and who have given me $1 and also have attended one event. Right? So it starts to narrow your search down to a more targeted group of folks. Or contacts. So that's what and is. Or is if you want to look for multiple pieces of information, and people or contacts can have some criteria or attribute, at least one of the attributes. They do not have to meet all the criteria. We're going to stick with and I'm going to just show you there's so many pieces here. You could search for information around their basic criteria, like their name, their phone number, maybe some other kinds of information about their communications. If you notice here, if I scroll down, there's more areas that you could search. These are called accordions. And if I open one up by just clicking on it, you can see the information that is underneath each accordion. So you have address fields. Custom fields is where all the custom fields and any other fields and information you've created will appear here. And so you can see all the different groupings that are under custom fields, donor tracking, and again, you can see activities. I'm just going to click these open. Relationships, demographics, everything you want to search. I'm going to reset this form because I've opened up areas that I don't really want to search. So just to make sure you are searching for only the criteria you want, I'm going to click reset this form. So you can click the reset form down at the bottom. There's also a reset form at the top here. So you click the reset form just to clear out any extraneous data you may have entered, or you just want to start fresh. So I'm going to start fresh by clicking reset form, and I'm going to do a simple search here. I'm going to search for everybody who lives in Kernersville. Super simple. So I'm going to go down to the address. So city of Kernersville would live in the address fields. So I'm going to open up the address fields, and I'm going to enter the city, Kernersville. And again, here, capitalization doesn't really matter. I'm just entering the text of Kernersville, and I'm just going to hit search. So I'm going to go all the way to the bottom, click search, and note here I have 644 records. Now let's say, that's a lot of folks. Maybe I want to get a more targeted list. So I'm going to do something. I'm going to search for just give me everybody who lives in the city of Kernersville who has given me at least $1 in their entire lifetime. So I'm going to edit the search criteria. So you can go back and edit the search criteria maybe because you want to add some more. Notice you can see what your current criteria is, which is city equals Kernersville. I'm going to edit the search criteria. And I'm going to go, and you can see that address field is already opened and the Kernersville is already there. But I'm going to go down. There's a custom field called in this, and there's an area called summary fields. And here are calculated fields that PowerBase creates for things around contributions, membership amounts, and even events. But I just want to find out anybody who's given me at least $1 in their entire lifetime and has lived and lives in Kernersville. So I'm going to put $1 here, and I'm going to leave the 2 open because I just want a minimum of $1. And I'm going to hit search. Notice my criteria now. My criteria, you can see what you've searched for here, saying city of Kernersville and total lifetime contributions is greater than $1. I have 61 records. Notice that in the results, this is what we call the results page. The results, you'll see that it's saying there's 1 through 50 of the 61 are displayed on this page. And you can see the folks. You can even hover over this little icon here and you can see more information. You can click on their name and go right to their record. Note here, if you want to see more than the 50, you want to see all 61, or no matter what that is, you can go all the way to the bottom and change this number of rows per page. Now, I can just put 100 in here or just type in 61. But if I put 100, it's going to give me all of them, right? And now I can see all 61 are showing up, right? It makes it easier if you want to sort things because it already sorts by name in this case. But maybe you want to sort by zip code. You want to sort by some other information. On this results page, this is where you can select names or you can choose to grab all of these names. Notice you can either say, give me all these records, and you can do more, right? And we will talk more about these actions, but to show you, you can do things like emailing some of the folks. Maybe you want to add them to a group. Maybe you want to print labels. I'm going to show you what happens when I map the contacts. So it's going to take all 61, and I'm not selecting specific records. If you did, you would just say, give me the specific records that you want, and then it will display the 3 that I've just selected. I'm going to select all of them because I want all these folks, and I'm just going to show you one fun action here on the drop-down menu where I can map these contacts. And maybe I want to map them because I want to see who are all my donors in the Kernersville area, and try to look at some clusters, try to see where they are in the neighborhoods maybe I know. Notice it opens up a map. You can zoom in closer to down the street level. You can see your clusters. You can then click on one of these little people. And you can, let me just go in a little further here, and I can, let's pick this person. I can now see this is Jean Hooper, and you can actually open up this record and go to their record. I could just click on the name, and I'm now in their record. So that is advanced search and quick search.